between the colors. So the first thing I want to actually talk about is this here. This is called Mint Julep. It is a lip scrub by Lush. Super recommend it in general for anyone, whether you have dry lips or whether you wear a lot of matte lips. Your wear and tear on the lips happens because you're scrubbing more or whatever the case, or it's harder to take the lipsticks off. So this is how I like to prep my lips. I've already done that. I usually keep this in the bathroom, in the drawer, and then as I need it, and it tastes delicious, and you can actually like lick it off your lips. Like, it's crazy. It tastes like chocolate mint. It's so, so good. Okay. So one of the first ones I got, sort of starting back to March, was this guy. This is the Covergirl. Now, this one is shade number 375, and it's called Coquette Orchid. Okay, perfect, because it's spring-like, summer-like. It's a cream finish. Here's the thing, that can be misleading, I'll be honest, because it's more about how it actually feels and applies on the lip versus the actual finish, if that makes sense. So the color actually is a little bit more shimmery, and for some of you, it might come across a little frosty, but I'm going to show you how I do use it. So this is how it looks, right? It's really, really pretty. I'll put it on as is, and then you'll see. Arain. It's definitely like an intergalactic lip. What I like about it is that it feels very, very smooth, very buttery. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. So yeah, like you're just going to keep wanting to press your lips. What I like about it is that I like to call this my icing topper, because when I wear certain colors or shades and I find that they might be a little bit too flat and I want to add dimension, this will be something that you can add on as a topper. So you can layer it on after to sort of see how you can actually make the color pop. So yeah, so this is the one of the first ones, but I will demo it as we go through this. Okay, lesson learned. First time doing video, so clearly I couldn't pause it because after a few seconds it actually stops. So I'm starting this again. So hopefully I was successful in being able to make it edit, that everything comes together. So, okay. So the next one I want to talk about is the Lifter Glosses by Maybelline. I got two colors. These were the two that I ended up getting. And it's like, one's more of like sort of a peachier, warmer tone, and then one's more pinkier. And they are called Reef for the pinkier tone. That's this guy. Okay, beautiful packaging, by the way. And then this one is Amber, which is again a little bit more warmer. So I'll start with this guy first. You can wear these alone. They have hyaluronic acid, so they're meant to tingle. So they will feel a little like minty or tingling when you wear it. That's super normal. That doesn't mean that you have an allergic reaction. So, okay, but clearly my other little stick is showing through. And again, guys, keep in mind your natural lip pigment. I guess it should be a rule that you don't talk when you eat. You also shouldn't talk when you swatch. So anyways, it's really light. Again, like it just gives like a hint of warmth, but not necessarily too much of like sort of a darker pigment, I think. Again, this is one I would categorize as you can wear it alone when you just like, obviously don't have to wear a mask because it does have that stickiness. It is a gloss, but it will absolutely look amazing if you wear it as sort of like that topper, that icing I was talking about. So this was number 007 Amber in the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Okay, so I'm just going to pause this for a quick sec here. If not, you know what? I'm not going to pause because this is real and unfiltered. I'm sure that looks attractive, but we're going to keep going. Okay, so my lighting has changed slightly because it looks like it is raining cats and dogs outside. So, okay, so this is now Reef that I'm going to try. Okay, so my colors are kind of going a little wonky. Let me try something here. I'm gonna have to stop this. Okay, so we're just trying this again. For some reason, like, it's not showing up as... It definitely looks more pinkier on the lip right now than it does more clear, but again, it's very light, very neutral. If I was to choose, I would say either or would be fine. Like, you don't have to get both. One, like I said, was just a little bit warmer, and then one's a little bit cooler. So, like, for example, if you do have a lot of colors that are on the more peachier side, I would probably get Amber. And then if you have colors that are more on the pinkier side, I would get Reef. So there you go. The Reef's on top, and then Amber's on the bottom. So yeah. Okay, so moving right along. Now I'm going to try the Covergirl. Covergirl's old school. They have done a really good job of almost rebranding, repackaging. So these were two lip colors that I recently got. Both are in their matte formation. What I love is the packaging again. These guys have almost like a soft matte finish on top. It almost is indicative of what the finish is going to be on your lip. So I got shade 004, which is Wild Thoughts, and shade 003, which is called Pick Me Up. So I'm going to start with Pick Me Up. So just to give you now a sense of what this looks like. Okay, so it's like a warm neutral. Now again, keep in mind, oh, look at that, it matches. Keep in mind, the lip pigment color. So if you have pinkier lip, it may appear differently than someone who has like a darker lip undertone, or in my case, I'm sort of like in between the two. Okay. All of these I'm doing without a lip liner, so you can see it's super neutral, which is so awesome for like smoky eye looks. Even more like an everyday. I actually like it. It feels like I'm putting like a matte butter on my lip. Yeah, super nude. This is what I like. And again, let me just show you that color again. So definitely like it looks more warmer. I don't know if it's gonna let me focus, but definitely more warmer looking when you see it in the tube, but then when you see it on, like it's more like a nude. So, and that was shade 003 in Pick Me Up by Covergirl. Okay, so now we're gonna try the next one, which is Wild Thoughts. So Wild Thoughts is definitely more, it's more on the sort of the rosier, almost like a petal point side. Here's what it looks like, right? Definitely between the two, you see the difference. Here, I'll show you again. Right? You can see why I got them. So clearly, I always have an affinity for pinkier shades, but then I always try to get something a little bit warmer because I know that's pretty much what I have at home as well. It's something that's going to be on the pinkier side, something that's going to be on the warmer side. So, here we go. Ugh. I forget how nice this is. Okay. I really, really like this one. I didn't like it at first, but I've actually gotten used to it, and I think it does look really, really pretty on. A little hint of color, and it's not like a true matte. I find that these ones, the way they've designed it, it's almost like it's like a buttery matte, if that makes sense. They feel really good on the lips, no cracking, and it's like a smooth application. Mind you, this might help with that, using this all the time, but I do think that this is something like if you haven't worn matte before and you're kind of hesitant to because you're worried it's going to feel too dry or it's going to dry your lips out, these ones are actually really great and super affordable too. So the shade like I had on right now is 004 in Wild Thoughts. So Now we're going to be moving into some hard hitters, heavy players, as they say. You know, like I would call them like the OG or NBA champion-esque type of lip products. I'm going into my first ever purchase of Huda Beauty. Oh, okay. Packaging alone, everything is just gorgeous. Like, look at this guy. It's magnetic. So, you know what? It's meant to clearly go on. I love that they tone out the tonality of the lip color is on the actual lid as well. Definitely gives you that indication. Now, mine's not as sharp looking as it once was because I've worn this a few times, but like, look at how pretty that is. Right? And if you compare it to the lid, pretty close. Okay. Again, so matte, but it's so nice. Oh God. How pretty is that? So this shade is called Payday. Okay. You definitely need to have a payday before you buy these because these are like $33 retail before tax. So they are pricier. The lip gloss I got was $26.50 from Sephora online. But color, payoff, texture, the way it looks, and the way your lips feel afterwards. Yes, you got to get this. I hesitated getting Huda because I think it's important to look at the reviews rather, look at what people are saying, look at the item in store, and then actually doing your own sort of color swatching review if you can before you spend that money, because it is a lot of money. And I'll be honest, like if you wanted sort of a dupe in terms of feel, the Revlon is pretty close, right? But shade range is bar none. Huda Beauty shade range on these lipsticks is amazing. Like definitely, like I'm going to be getting way more. There's actually about 5 other colors that I saw swatched by another makeup artist. And I was hooked after seeing it, how great they looked on her. So that's Huda Beauty. And it's the lipstick, the matte lipstick in Payday. Okay. Now I'm thinking I probably should have done this as an Insta Live. It might have been interesting to see who popped through. Now keep in mind, my lip is a little bit pinkier, but this gloss will paint right over it. Look at how beautiful it is. Clearly there's a theme here. I'm liking all the colors that match my shirt, but yeah. So this one's called SHEro. Absolutely love the name. And I saw a few swatches on different makeup artists and I was like, okay, I gotta try it. Can we just talk about this applicator? It's a skinnier applicator, but it's really like smooth when it goes on. You'll see. Oh, look at that. What did I tell you? It's literally canceled out whatever was underneath. And I usually like to, before I double dip, I go and switch over on the other side. Oops. Okay, let's just fix that right now. How pretty is that? Okay, let's fix that right now. So how pretty does that look? It literally canceled out that pink that was underneath. It's like a nice, super fun spring peachy toned color. Gorgeous. Like I said, you won't be disappointed. This is it from the Demi Matte collection and it's gorgeous. So it is worth, like I said, this one is worth. Now this also has a slightly tingling feeling because again, I think a lot of these lipsticks will have pretty much similar ingredients to help make the lips look like fuller, plumper, whatnot. So, oh, I always say like every one before is my favorite or every new one is my favorite, but I think this one's my favorite right now. So, okay, let's take that off. Now, obviously, if I was wearing this lipstick on its own, I would neutralize the lip. That could be another video that I'll show you guys where you use foundation to neutralize your lip. All right, now we're gonna go to my best friend, Rihanna. I don't know if you guys know her. She came out with a makeup line a couple of years ago or so, and it's called Fenty Beauty. Beautiful packaging. And this is from the Stunna Lip Paint Collection, and this color is called Uncuffed. Now, here's the truth. When I've seen this on YouTube videos or swatches by other artists, I did notice that in some cases it looked super mauve, like more pinkier mauve, and then in some cases it looked super neutral. So here's my sort of opinion. I actually think this color looks good on anyone. So whether you're fair skinned or dark skinned or light skinned or olive tone, like, it doesn't matter. I have found that any of her lip products will just look amazing. Like, it's just, they pull out such a beautiful color on each person. So it's one of those, like, it's such a great brand because I find that they were so smart in how they handled diversity in terms of skin tone and textures and feels. Like, they thought about everything that might have been missing in the market. So it's really hard to get lip colors that look good on everybody. So this is definitely one of those. It's beautiful, and I'll show you. So this is Uncuffed. How beautiful is that? Ooh, let's just give a little bit of a background here. Ooh. I mean, come on. How gorgeous is this, right? So, and then here's the part that I like. Very interesting applicator. So there's almost like it's like a divot of sorts in the middle, so you can get really good precision. Now, I am of the school of thought that less is more. So I personally think that it's always a good idea to wipe out the excess, because this stuff will paint. It will apply like a paint on your lips, and you'll see what I mean. Oh my God. Only true makeup lovers will understand how it feels like when you're putting something on and you're just like, there she is. How you doing, girl? Haven't seen you in a while, so that's what Fenty does to me. Oh. Oh. I love it because it's super neutral. And this one feels a lot lighter. It's almost like, what's the best way to explain it? Like, you know how there's like butter, actual cooking butter, when you cook with it, it has a thick feel, thicker, tougher feel, and then it sort of melts down and it's beautiful. Then you have obviously vegetable oil, which, you know, is very thick when you put it in a fry pan, and then, you know, it sort of thins out slowly. This is like olive oil in the sense that it's very light. It's very almost like a watery feeling liquid, but then it dries down to a true matte. See, like as you see. Now here's the thing with this one. As much as I love my best friend, if you find that it feels a bit drying or it feels a little bit dry, I would recommend putting on the Fenty Balm, the diamond gloss, like the glosses that they have in the line. Put a little bit of that on your lip first, or even like a Vaseline. Put a little bit of that on, blot it off a bit, and then put this on, and then you get sort of that nice sort of smoother feeling application. But if you don't mind, or your lips are in good condition, you may not even feel that sort of like drying down effect. But yeah, so this is Uncuffed. So If you haven't been cuffed, you need to get this. Or even if you are, you gotta get it. These are the Superstay Matte Ink Lip Glosses. Ooh, look at that. Oh. What's happening here? Hard to get to focus. It won't focus, I think, from this angle, but that's okay. You get the gist. So I have one that's almost like a little bit more, again, warm. And then I have one that's a little bit more like bright and fun. So this one I'll put on last. These guys stay put. They don't move. You need to give them time to dry before you can have them be completely like, what's the word here? Superstay. They are matte, they are Superstay. So I'm going to apply this, and if you give it some time, these will be mask friendly. So you can actually wear your mask, not have any transfer on the mask. And then if you're at a restaurant or whatever, you can take it off and your lips will look beautiful because these guys are no joke. So. I usually don't go in for a double pass because these are so pigmented. This is the applicator. It's okay. I wouldn't say I absolutely love it. It doesn't put too much product on, which I like, but it does get into the corners really nicely. And if you wanted to kind of so that's that color. And sorry, that color is 155 Savant. Okay. Now, I'm not going to let this one dry down because I won't be able to put the other one on. I'm going to take this off really quickly, and then I will go into the second color so you can then see how it dries, as well as its color payoff. Again, these will paint over anything that's on your lip. So I think this is really great for people that have a darker pigment lip and they maybe find that colors don't really show on their lip because it almost like goes too see-through. This will actually paint over. This is 150. It's called Pathfinder. No relation to the car. Oh my God. Where have you been my life? You know what? I put this on and it stopped raining and it looks like the sun's coming out. Oh, here's the reality, guys. Clearly, I'm a makeup junkie. Obviously, with the work that I've done in my past when it comes to like makeup artistry, and being a makeup artist and working in the industry, you collect, hoard, you know, acquire so much makeup. You get exposed to so many brands and things like that. And you know, and for me, I think it's always important that, you know, I was lucky. I was able to get a lot of that stuff gratis, which is gifted. So now if I'm recommending a product, it's because I've invested or I've researched or I took a look or I read the reviews and I'm then sharing it back with you because I know that, you know, not everyone's wearing maybe as much makeup, or maybe there's those of you that are like, you know what, I miss what it's like to wear, you know, a nice lip and I don't know kind of where to go, because it's true. You get so overwhelmed when you go into a drugstore, and it never was like that. And now, like, I personally feel overwhelmed sometimes when I go into any makeup counter because there's just so many options and you just don't know what to do or where to go. So, I just wanted to share because I wanted to show a mixture of like high-end, mid-end, and then obviously drugstore brand, because these guys, like, you can find them at Walmart really cheap. I got these guys from Walmart and they were like the more affordable price point that you could get. And then I like that, you know, I can invest and support my best friend, Rihanna, when possible, because we're such good friends. And now my new friend, Huda, she's going to be another one that's going to be my best friend, you know? So, you know, I just, again, for me, it's just an opportunity for me to share what works on my skin tone, what's worked for me, what could work for you. And I'll definitely be doing more of these, but okay. Last little bit before we go. So this is, it has dried down. So I'm going to do a quick test here. Okay, so barely anything came off. Now, if I let it dry a little bit longer, you're not going to see anything. So now I will be honest with you. These guys do feel sticky after. You do feel them on, like they apply beautifully, but you will have a bit of a feeling of them, but it's not enough for the payout of getting a beautiful color on your lip that's not going to go anywhere. So like you can go to a picnic, you can drink wine, you can eat a fabulous lunch, you can look cute and you know, not worry about your lipstick going anywhere because it's not going to transfer on a cup of coffee. It's not going to transfer on a glass of wine because that's really attractive, right? So regardless, and even if your lipstick does come off, that's fine too, because the people around your life should know that you wear makeup and it's not a big deal. But if you do care and you don't want that transfer and you don't want to have to like think about it or worry about it or reapply, that's where these babies are awesome. And yeah, like, I mean, it's such a pretty color, right? So here, let's see if I can do this live now. Boom, look at that. Nothing really matters. All right, that is it for me. Hopefully this video has turned out the way I wanted it to. I'll probably try to swatch more independent photos of it if I could, but most likely I will be sharing those on the blog, which is makeupbysan.blogspot.com. So that will be going up in a couple of days, and stay tuned for more. Quarantine life was what it was, and now I want to kind of get back to sharing, you know, the things that I love and connecting with you guys. So as you're watching, give me a heart emoji and some love, and that would be great. And I will do the same back. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.